This is Hollywood. Matías Bombal with you. Focus Features offers the story of Olympian Jesse Owens, who was the world sensation of the 1936 Olympic Games held in Berlin, winning 4 medals that year. Owens is played in the movie by a very likable Stephen James, and his coach, Larry Snyder, is played by Jason Sudeikis. The movie begins in the early 1930s, where we see the young Owens preparing to go to college for the first time. His mother, Emma, played by Michelle Lonsdale Smith, has fixed up an old blazer for him to wear. His strong and silent father, Henry, played by Andrew Moody, sees him off stoically. He sees his sweetheart, and after handing her a few dollars, heads on a bus to Columbus, Ohio, to try out for the Ohio State team.
Jesse, ready when you are.
Okay, Coach.
So we got here. Ready, go!
Whew. Well, I don't know why you look so impressed. This is a second slower than Wyckoff's record.
Frank Wyckoff runs 100 yards in 9.4. Kid just ran 100 meters. Well, Lynn, you know that meters are longer than yards, yeah?
No.
Problem, Coach?
No, Jesse, no problem at all.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, that'd be great. Watch your start. He works on his start. You're looking at a 1936 gold medalist right there.
Yeah. That is if they have a 36 Olympics.
That was actor Vlatsa Vrana playing Lynn St. John, Ohio State's athletic director, with Sudeikis as Coach Snyder. St. John's remark about questioning if there would be a 1936 Olympic Games centered around the fact that the Olympic Committee was seriously considering not participating in the Games due to the rise of National Socialism in Germany, as we see here when some recognizable officials try and hash it out.
These games have to be inclusive. If I'm not satisfied that the Nazis are going to make good on their promises, I have no alternative but to recommend a vote to boycott.
Can't do that. You can't do that.
No, but I can urge each athlete to search their conscience, and I know a lot of people on the American and the international committees who feel the way I do.
Well, that's politics.
Okay.
That's not sport.
We'll send someone over there to find out. Keep him in line.
Who do you have in mind?
I propose Avery.
I'm a builder. Don't you have some tame diplomat for that?
I think you're just the diplomat we need.
Jeremy Irons as Avery Brundage there, working things out with Jerry Mahoney, played by William Hurt. The two actors add much depth to the narrative. Given the era and place, Jesse encounters bullying from other players who insist on showering before him, intolerant of the color of his skin. The coach is sure that Jesse could be a positive Olympic hopeful and encourages him.
You want to win a gold medal?
Sure.
You want to do it in Berlin? Well, I mean, unless you were planning on waiting.
You know, I heard they don't care much for color folk over there.
Well, they don't care for him much here in Columbus either. Is that gonna be a problem?
No, sir. I just came here to run.
Well, then for the next 28 months, you're either in a classroom or you're on that track every hour, every day. And I don't care about your grades. I really don't. I don't care if your buddies have a keg they need help with, and I certainly don't care if you got a girl at home rolling down her silk stockings with that look in her eye. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Good. All right, well, go home, get some rest. 9 a.m. tomorrow, we'll see how good you really are.
The rest of the picture fairly depicts the actual historical events and makes an interesting parallel between the two historically conflicting African American and Jewish cultures. With the 1936 Olympics, the two groups had a greater adversary, the Negrophobia and hatred of the Jews by the Nazis. The relationships between the Jewish and African American athletes at the Games is one of the movie's best points and is engagingly told. The movie's entertaining with solid, likable performances. The sequences shot at the actual Olympiastadion in Berlin are fantastic, adding much realism to the movie. The movie does have historical flaws, however. Many of the buses seen in the early part of the film at the Ohio sequences were too new for the era being depicted. The music through the movie was not correct in style or arrangement for the mid-1930s, especially in Germany, where Reich Minister of Public Enlightenment and Propaganda Joseph Goebbels had outlawed jazz or blues music the year before in 1935. The oddest historical error occurs with the famous airship Hindenburg, which was certainly most present at the actual event, as these images show you. The Olympic rings had been painted on the side of the airship for the occasion, and its immense size was a symbol the Nazis wanted the world to see. The actual rigid airship had been Zeppelin LZ-129 and was named for a past German president, Paul von Hindenburg, and his name was printed in large, old German typesetting on the front part of the Zeppelin, as you may see in this photo. In this movie, as the Zepp passes over Jesse's head, impressively blocking the sunlight, the name Hindenburg is on the wrong side of the Zeppelin's outer skin, a remarkable oversight since they went to the detail to include it in the first place. On the other side of the coin, the depiction of film director and documentarian Leni Riefenstahl is spot on. She was there, and she is seen in the movie and did in real life make a film about the Olympics in two parts, Olympia, which has images so beautiful and haunting they remain timeless today. She cared more about her work than politics and insisted until her death in 2003 that her films documented what was, and that her participation was as an artist and not political. A remarkable and strong woman, she's played in the movie by actress Carice Van Houten. Aside from the historical errors and incorrect music, this may be one of the best movies to ever open in February, likely chosen to highlight Black History Month. I encourage you to see it. The performances are likable, and it honors one of the greatest heroes the USA has ever had. The Motion Picture Association of America has given this a PG-13 rating. This is your pal, Matías Bombal, bidding you a fond farewell.